team, welcome back to another video, and guess what? I bought myself a race car, this 1993 NA Miata. NA means it's one of the OG, so this is a 93. These cars were released originally under the Miata and MX-5 name, depending on where you were in the world. Miata more for the American market, MX-5 was pretty much everywhere else, because you know us, we like to be special. But this was released in 1989 and quickly became a global phenomenon, and for a few reasons. One, Mazda is usually a name synonymous with reliability. There's also a lot of support for aftermarket parts, but primarily, at its core, this car is the quintessential sports car. The ingredients you need for a sports car, anything fun really, is engine at the front, driving the wheels at the back in a lightweight chassis, and this is exactly that. There's a lot of other sports cars like it, but there's nothing like the Miata as far as sales figures and just popularity. Once people got a hold of the Miata in general, or the MX-5, they quickly realized, hey, I think I can race this thing, and it became a very popular race car, which is what this is for me. The NA Miata that I got is going to be a local racing car or track car, but this thing participates in all sorts of racing series, from grassroots races all the way up to the global MX-5 Cup, which is big money, big sponsorship. So this car gets around. But let me sort of talk you through what I plan to do with this car and why I bought it in the first place. Because you guys have seen me at this point go test race cars, very expensive race cars and fast race cars over in Europe. I'm going to be racing the Radical and the LMP3. So you're probably wondering, why the hell are you getting into a Miata? Well, there's a couple reasons for that. One, it's very cheap. And when I say cheap, I mean extremely cheap. So just to give you some numbers, this car I bought for $11,500, which I know seems insane for a multi-decade old car. But believe it or not, these race cars, these Miata track cars and race cars hold their value. So $11,500 is a good deal. You really want to spend anywhere from $11,000 to $13,000 for a race-winning car. And that's what I did. So just that alone is cheap for a race car. But second, we're at Harris Hill Raceway, and that's a local track. I live 25 minutes north of here, and they host a local racing series that's not sanctioned by SCCA or NASA or any of the regional kind of governing bodies. It's a local racing series where we run, I think it's 8 weekends, 2 races per weekend, so it's 16 races, and the entry fee is $675. So for $675, $11,500 for the car, and then a set of tires, really, which can last you the whole season. You're talking about $650 for those. So you're into this thing for less than $13,000, $14,000. And oh, by the way, this car will hold its value. So by the end of the season, when I go to sell it, I'll probably get 11, 12, 13K out of it. So I can effectively race for cheap or free. And in my quest to become a better racing driver and that top 1% bronze driver in Europe, I just need more racing practice. So getting 16 races for under $2,000 is a no-brainer. And that's what we call grassroots racing. So if you ever want to get into it, this is kind of where you start. The Miata is a no-brainer. There's some other ones, Mini Coopers and things like that, but this is the one you want. So what we're here to do today is hopefully shake it down, but there's a couple things that I want to go through, and so let me kind of show you what we're going to do at this point. One, hold on, let's go this way. The steering column is crap. So I got this car and it came with this wheel, and honestly it looks like a Temu wheel, so it's garbage. The reason why I don't like it is the type of quick release it has. It's pretty loosey-goosey. So it's got this hexagonal quick release, and there's not a lot of bite to it. So when I have this wheel on and I'm really ripping around the track, I don't want this thing coming off. So don't go cheap on your wheels. The second reason is just the distance from the actual ring to the quick release is probably 4 or 5 inches. And this car was designed with a petite woman in mind, which is very cool, more power to her. But I'm a larger frame, and this wheel right now sits really close to me. I'll show you in a second. So we're trying to figure out how to fix that issue. So if you come around back to this side, I'll give you a little tour. I will hop in Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, so you can still see that holding, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Still with me? So I'm already sitting really close, and generally when you have your hands on a steering wheel, you want a little bit of bend in your elbow, but not this much. So I want to be over here somewhere. So I moved this seat back already about 4 inches, but I need to get the steering wheel farther that way. And I think to do that, we're gonna get something like a Mazda racing parts steering wheel, something like Alcantara, or a NRG wheel just from Amazon. But what that does is it's a flat wheel, so it's gonna bring it all the way back to the hub. So that will help on its own. However, there's another problem. I'll show you. This quick release is designed for this like hexagonal connector on the column. It's very greasy, so I'm not gonna touch it too much. But this is sort of non-standard, if you will. What they did was they chopped the steering column and welded this piece on. So there's no way for me to fix this without replacing the whole steering column. So Holden and I are here to kind of figure out the steering column issue. And so far we think it's gonna be easy. I just don't have a replacement yet. So we'll go check out the junk car in a second to see if we can get a steering wheel off of that. Other than that, we still have to put the Flagtronics unit in, and all that is I'll show you, this little guy. You see it? So Flagtronics is kind of in the name. It just shows you what color flag is being displayed on the track. So it's actually really cool because if you're going to do a full course red or yellow, it can flash that in every car. So I don't have to wait for a flag stand to see that flag. More importantly, it shows you green when the race is starting. So I'm going to put that somewhere around here. Who knows? Not sure yet. Probably right there. And then this seat is a little high up. So right now I'm like looking down at the hood. I'll show you. Let me show you guys. So this is my view. Like you're right at my eye level at this point. And really what you want is more like here. You want to see more windshield than you do hood. So right here, the viewing angle is garbage. So I'm trying to move the seat to where it can be looking more like this. I'll give you that back.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Oh, so, God, dude.
So this seat is too high to make that happen. So somehow we're either going to have to replace the seat or take this whole thing down a little bit. But yeah, that's what we're here to do. So we'll go remove the wheel up front, pop the hood, kind of show you where the steering column is all attached, and then you'll just kind of join us for whatever we can get done today. But that's the Miata. Super stoked. Okay, so we're gonna go check out this junk car. From what I understand...
Oh my, it really is a junk car. Holy sh... I don't see a...
Good news!
Oh wait, they do. There is one.
It's actually in better shape.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not connected. Okay, so good news. Just really quick introduction to this very nice piece of junk. I don't know why it's here, but effectively someone just like had a car that wasn't running and just put it up on blocks, and then people have been scavenging parts off of it. So it's the junk car. I have to get permission to use that steering column, but there is one here. So, and it's already unbolted, so I think what I could do, it literally spins free. I think what I could do is just unbolt it, although it does look slightly different. But I think if I somehow get all that out of the way, I can unbolt it here, remove the steering wheel, and then just remove the whole thing and bring it with me.
I'm not gonna lie, maybe getting that steering wheel off is gonna be like the biggest pain in the butt ever.
Well, it's just...
Well, this thing has been sitting with its top down for probably years. So...
Well, I'm gonna see if I can get permission because I think that's the steering column we need. Guys, I am the new director of Racing Recap. Holden is trying to disconnect parts of the wiring. and he's struggling.
Wiring is like the bane of my existence.
I think it's just like baked in there.
This is so fun. Wow.
Well, while he's doing that, I am going to sit here and pontificate about this car because I actually really like it. The other benefit of grassroots type racing is you get to work on your own car. You don't have a team that works for you, which is good and bad. Like obviously if you have a team, they get to just fix all this stuff. But the one thing I don't really have a lot of knowledge around is the communication with engineers, racing engineers. So if I can't communicate like, hey, the steering feels loose, the brakes are squishy, pedal travel is an issue, then who am I but just a normal human being? So this is our opportunity to work on a car and actually learn a little bit more. Holden knows more than I do, but I can YouTube, so we're in good shape together.
I'm glad I can freely turn the steering wheel. This makes it like so
makes
much
it way easier.
So I don't have to sit in this disgusting seat.
Oh, I already did that.
Oh, really?
It's not worse than your Z.
This, bro. This is way worse.
Sorry. Just an intrusive camera, man. Here, I'll show you the seat.
All right, your turn. You got the bottom too.
Holden thinks this is disgusting. What do you guys think?
That's just rat poop.
So Holden did all the work. I'm just pretending like I'm actually doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Holden's creative director, car mechanic.
This is where I thrive right here, guys, getting my hands dirty. Or I say that, and then I just get so pissed off working on cars.
I feel like there is no in between.
No.
Right? It's like I'm either pissed off or I'm actually doing the work. Plastic is not a good... Oh!
Nice.
I need a knife.
Dude, that almost exploded. Oh, shoot, you do. I don't think we have a knife. Let's just get a really rusty piece of metal. Guys, we got the bolt off. But now, this is Jacob's first time taking a steering wheel off, and this thing's been sitting in the weather for who knows how long. There you go. There you get. Just keep wiggling that, John. I feel like the wheel's gonna give out before it comes off the...
It might.
Nice. There you go. Celebrate, man.
I celebrate.
Oh, look at you. Oh, man. You are so sexy. Oh.
Smaller one? Or one small one?
Guys, I think we might have done it. Look at that.
Like the sword from the stone, baby.
Look at that.
It's actually in pretty good shape. I mean, it spins pretty free.
Yeah.
It just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. But that is a free spinning steering column. Pretty straight.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good.
I don't see any bows or bends or anything. It's got all the right
That's probably why those ties were there.
I don't even know where this goes. Oh, right there. Yeah, I mean, it's in really good shape up here. So, let's bring this over to my Miata and get rid of this junk car. We decided to remove the seat because I'm going to buy a new one. So, long story short, the seat's too high. I already showed you guys that. But there's no way for this seat to go any lower and make it easy to replace. So I'm going to buy a new seat, which is an aluminum frame seat, and I could bolt directly through the aluminum seat through the bottom of this car. So it'll lower me quite a bit. The seats are not cheap. but I bet you I could find a used one on eBay or something like that. And then I'll hopefully get the value of it back out when I sell this car. So if I bought this for 11.5 and I have to buy a seat, maybe I can get 12.5 out of it with the steering wheel fixed and the seat. So I'm not too mad about it. You know, I want to be comfortable racing. So we're just doing this now. Fun noise. Okay. Need to tighten down the hatches.
You know, I'm surprised we got as much done as we did with, like, this is pretty minimal tools.
Yeah, right. Hand tools. Steering column replaced. Wow.
Almost.
We seat unbolted. We're gonna put the car back in its space. Remove the seat because that'll make working on the steering column easier. We will remove the steering column from the interior firewall forward or back, depending on how you're looking at it. And then we won't replace. I guess we could. Why not?
What?
Replace the whole column.
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Holden outvoted me, but we're gonna unwrap the car.
Sorry, guys. I know you guys like the Dia de los Muertos.
Ow.
Little. Yeah, I'm sure that's
Hot. But we'll unwrap it later. We'll do a nice little ASMR for you guys. But I'll give you a little peek, a little tease. That's enough.
Straight. Slightly straight. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Idle.
Holden's undoing the seat, everybody.
Trying.
He's trying to convince me to give him the seat for his Z. I'm not convinced yet. But it's his job to convince me. Perks of the job. I have this crazy shot of just your ass and eel men use pedals. Hey! I have bugs all over me.
You have bugs all over you?
Yeah.
From what?
There's the seat, everybody. Woo. Good job, Holden.
Thank you. Nice. Sick.
It's all getting in my eye. I'm gonna get mesothelioma of the eye.
You want my heat waves?
No, it'll be dark.
Yeah, a little bit.
Ah! Son of a bitch! Help! Help! You join us with Holden. That's hilarious. We are... What are we doing? Oh, this is the ignition. So we removed the steering column. I got mouth cancer getting it out of that car. And now Holden's using the old steering column to hammer the ignition onto the new steering column. So I can go get more mouth cancer.
But now I think we're good. So, but now the harder part is like the donor car didn't have a wiring harness. So like getting out the steering column was really easy after it was unbolted. But this one, like we have a pretty fat wiring harness to go
Through,
and you really just got to play angles a lot. And then Jacob's like literally upside down, like head by the pedals. So
it's a good little workout.
yeah, we've all been there. It's okay.
But this is the aftermath. I am actually sort of amazed at how far we've come. I genuinely didn't think we would get this far. But by the end of today, we will get new steering column on, ready for the NRG wheel that I'll order on Amazon tonight. We'll unwrap the car and you guys get to join for that. A little satisfying ending for you. Happy ending, if you will. And then the seat's been removed. I'm donating it to Holden's Z. And
seats are effed.
yeah, his seats look like the junk Miata.
Yeah, asbestos seats.
Yeah.
That's what Jacob calls them.
Fart seats.
Yeah.
And then I think that's all we're going to do today. But we're going to come back on Sunday and put the wheel on and go testing. So you'll get to see a whole new video for that. But for now, let's go back under the steering column, huh?
Yep.
That's the spot.
It's tickling you now or what?
No, definitely not doing that. So get past the danger part. And then go way up. Oh, go upside down. Go back out slightly. Right?
Yeah. I don't know if we have enough.
Ah.
Nice. Nice.
Holy shit, that was easy.
Good boy, good boy.
I don't like.
Ow. Guys,
Touch me.
steering column is in. Somehow we didn't expect to get this far today, I don't think. So
I'm a professional Mazda mechanic.
after that, yeah,
So,
a little bit of rust in the eyes.
I always knew we would get through it. I never doubted.
Mm.
I didn't cry.
Mm.
Holden was crying. I now have a puncture in my right kidney from the seatbelt, and I have mouth cancer. But we saved the best for last. Holden decided we should unwrap it, which I sort of agree because I just peeked underneath and the silver's pretty cool. I like the silver and blue. I kind of like a roof change though. It might be kind of cool to put a roof wrap on it.
Like black or what?
Yeah, something.
Something crazy.
Not crazy, but like we could buy on it. Anyway, you guys are going to come along for the unwrapping, and then we'll do one final outro with the graveyard of steering linkages, and then go from there. So join us, won't you? Okay, team. This literally has no use to me because it's been Frankensteined. So we're keeping the other end, which is firewall forward in the engine bay, just in case we need it. You know, you snap a steering column or whatever. This is going in the garbage. Now we gotta return some tools. But let me walk you through what we did, and we'll kind of stop there. There's more to do, but this is the now unwrapped NA Miata, 92, not a 93. I looked it up, which is kind of a bummer because I was born in 93, so this car's older than me. We unwrapped it, so that's the most obvious thing, and Holden was stoked about it, but I'm actually happy with it too. The all silver looks really good. You got some accents with like the blue and the black, and it's just as important to look cool as a racing driver. We've talked about this. The other thing we did was, well, there was some wrap inside as well. As a whole other story. Holden regrets everything, but we got it done. And there's a sea of washers sitting in there right now. What else do we do? Steering column. So we replaced the steering column from firewall back toward me as the driver. That actually went better than I thought it would. Again, a whole bunch of stuff got in my eye and in my mouth, but we did it. And now I feel like we've been baptized by fire in this whole Miata world. What else did we do? We removed the seat's over there. We're donating that to the Holden Fund. So that's going in the 350Z. And then we're going to grab a new seat. I think they're called Kirky seats, right?
Yeah, Kirky's.
Or
yeah.
something like it.
Just aluminum.
Yeah, aluminum profile seats. So something you could bolt straight through the seat into the floor pan, which is great because it'll lower it down. Because I'd rather be lower and have to raise it up. But that's all for today. We're going to come back on Sunday. We didn't get any driving done. But now I'm going to order the steering wheel and the quick release. We're going to come back on Sunday, put the quick release hub, quick release, and steering wheel on, make sure we did the steering column right. And then, and I guess a seat. Hopefully I can get a seat in time. Maybe they have like an Amazon alternative, but we're gonna try to find a seat and bolt that in and get some testing in. So you'll finally get another video from us in the challenge series of videos. So thanks for joining. If you can, subscribe. And if you're watching this and you're interested in racing at all, leave a comment and we'll respond to it because I love racing and want to get you into it as well. But for now, that's it. We're gonna return some tools. Bye.